Intelligent weapons. What is my advice for a new game master? Don't mess with intelligent weapons until you have more experience. Why is it necessary for you to have experience before you start messing with intelligent weapons? Because intelligent weapons can mess up the entire scene, right? And you want to know that you have things under control. You want to make sure that you're managing the game in all these other areas. So when you bring something that's extremely technical and, like, say, an intelligent weapon that can mess with different aspects of the game and what's going on with the character, you should, again, make sure you have all that, under control. So when you bring in that thing that will mess with the rhythm, with the gear, it will mess with it in a way that you'll understand, so you're not breaking the game and you're not breaking the experience for the players at your table. There's no real other good advice to give you. Get experienced and then bring in intelligent weapons into the way that you run the game. You're going to understand how you want to approach it, how you want to see it, and how you want to manage it. And I can't predict how you're going to run your game, so I'm not going to give you my methods. I'll give you the most common sense thing. Get experience first before you start using them. I think that's true for everyone, regardless to how you run the game, how you approach the game. Get experience before you mess with intelligent weapons. Now, this part of the video is not about me giving you advice. I was asked by some viewers how I handle intelligent weapons. So I'm going to tell you how I handle intelligent weapons. In my worlds, in my game, intelligent weapons can be extremely dangerous, they can be very beneficial, or they can be both. In my game, intelligent weapons are not some form of AI. They are people that have been trapped in the weapons for various reasons. So when you encounter a weapon, that intelligence is a person, and it can speak to you like another person. It is accepting of its situation, and it will start trying to make you offers right away. When you get an intelligent weapon, it's like any other magical weapon. There will be a benefit to the weapon. Now, the weapon can't force anything on you. It can tell you that it can give you its full power if you agree to a contract, to making a deal with the intelligence in the weapon. Now, if you make a deal with the weapon, you go from a little bit of power that weapon might give you to a lot. Not game breaking, but it will be a lot. It will be very beneficial to the character. And it won't matter if the intelligence, like the being inside, is evil. It won't matter if it's good, right? You will be benefited by the weapon before you make the agreement. And there will be benefits regardless of the alignment of the being in the weapon if you make a full, contract deal. But there's a few setbacks with that. Let's get into that. So what can be considered a setback if a player has their character agree to go into a deal with the intelligence in the weapon? Well, first, there will be something that being wants to complete. It could be in the world you're at or somewhere else, but they want something to be completed. And if you make a deal with them, at one point, at any point in your time, in your relationship, they can request that you complete, that mission, that job. Now, when you go to complete it, you won't lose the intelligence in the intelligence in the weapon. You become its full master for completing that mission. And when you do complete that mission, a new power will be given to you. And it should be later in the character's career, right? I would tell you that game master, that's something I wouldn't give early. I wouldn't have that mission completed early. But yeah, the character has to agree to do something at a certain point for the intelligence in the weapon. And it can be good, evil, or what have you. Now, here's the bad news. The character can't know what it is until they made the agreement. Yeah, I hear you. Right? That's how that works. Now, what's another setback? 1 hour of every day, that intelligence can take over the body of the character and do whatever it wants. Now, there's another option for the player character. The character can request at any time that the intelligence take over their body. The character can request it and allow it for any period of time. but the intelligence in the weapon can enforce it for at least 1 hour every day. A player coming into my game might say, well, even if I get an intelligent weapon, I'll just simply never have my character agree to the contract. And that sounds easy enough, right? Until the character is in a bad situation where they might die. And then you'll see a player go from, I would never do that, to, okay, so what's the benefits again, to agreeing to the contract. And the second I hear a player bringing that that conversation to me, I just start laughing inside, right? Sometimes I'll put a smile on my face. I'll express that I find it humorous. But either way, it happens. I've heard players say, I'll never ever agree to any of this. And then they're agreeing to it with their character, right? I could tell you a ton of stories about different characters using intelligent weapons in my game, but I'm not going to make like a 40-minute video about all that stuff. I pretty much gave you the rundown of how I handle it, and I handle it that way all the time. And that opening advice, that's good. If you're new, don't mess with this until you have your game under control, until you're used to managing the basic elements in the game. The rules, combat, socializing. Get all that down. And then go ahead and mess with intelligent weapons in any way that you please. Anyway, for now, take care. You know what you can do? You can hit the like button. You can share the video. Oh, and there's another button you can press. That one that lets you subscribe to my channel for more content. Oh yeah, there's that bell thing. You can press that so you know when I've uploaded a new video right away.